4 cheeses you should eat and 4 you should avoid. If you're over 60, did you know that more than 85% of adults over the age of 60 still enjoy cheese at least twice a week? It's a comforting staple for many, yet here's the shocking truth. Almost every senior is making at least one critical mistake in the cheese aisle, and it could silently shave years off their life. The good news? Fixing this mistake is surprisingly simple. In fact, research shows that nearly 99% of seniors are unknowingly consuming certain cheeses that may quietly double their risk of a heart attack, while also reducing their odds of reaching 80 by as much as 40%. That's a chilling statistic, especially when you consider how harmless the cheese section at the supermarket appears. But behind those bright labels and tempting slices, there are secrets the dairy industry doesn't talk about, and they can have a serious impact on your health. In today's video, we'll uncover the 4 cheeses you should be eating regularly to protect your heart, boost your health, and keep your body strong. And just as importantly, the 4 you should banish from your plate for good if you're over 60. You might be surprised to learn that the number 1 worst cheese can raise your stroke risk by a jaw-dropping 80%, and chances are you've probably eaten it this week without even realizing the danger. This isn't hearsay or rumor. It's backed by solid, peer-reviewed science that most people never get to hear. Before we dive in, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from, your age, and the type of cheese you eat most often. We're reading and replying to every single comment. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more health-saving tips and powerful science-backed food advice. Now let's get started with the countdown, beginning with the cheeses that can do wonders for your health and longevity. Number 4, aged Gouda. Aged Gouda is like a superfood cleverly disguised as a decadent cheese. When Gouda matures for 18 months or more, an extraordinary transformation happens at the molecular level, turning it from an ordinary dairy product into a nutritional powerhouse. During this long aging process, proteins are naturally broken down into smaller, more digestible building blocks known as peptides. Your body absorbs these peptides far more efficiently than the intact proteins found in fresh cheeses, a benefit that becomes increasingly important as we age since our digestive systems lose some efficiency in breaking down complex proteins. But here's where it gets fascinating. Aged Gouda is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin K2, a nutrient most people have never even heard of. Yet it can literally save your life. Vitamin K2 works like a traffic cop for calcium, making sure it goes to the right places. Instead of allowing calcium to build up in your arteries where it forms dangerous plaque, K2 directs it into your bones where it strengthens your skeleton. Japanese research reveals that higher K2 intake is linked to up to 50% less arterial calcification and significantly greater bone density. Just a single ounce of aged Gouda delivers about 75 micrograms of K2, more than most people get in an entire week. This cheese is also loaded with conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a fatty acid shown to help reduce body fat, strengthen immune defenses, and even combat certain cancers. And here's another bonus. The aging process removes almost all the lactose, making aged Gouda an ideal choice for people who usually can't tolerate dairy. As it matures, Gouda also develops beneficial bacteria that create compounds called postbiotics, the powerful next level of gut health support. Postbiotics combine the benefits of prebiotics and probiotics, helping reduce inflammation, improving digestion, and even boosting mood by positively influencing the gut-brain connection. For maximum benefits, eat aged Gouda at room temperature, not straight from the fridge. This unlocks its complex flavor profile and increases nutrient absorption. Aim for about 1 to 1.5 ounces paired with crisp apple slices or whole grain crackers. The natural prebiotics in these pairings work synergistically with Gouda's postbiotics for optimal gut health. Number 3, authentic Parmesan, Parmigiano Reggiano. True Parmigiano Reggiano from Italy is more than cheese. It's practically a culinary multivitamin wrapped in rich, nutty flavor. And we're not talking about the powdered stuff in a green can, which is often bulked up with cellulose and preservatives. Real Parmigiano Reggiano, aged for up to 32 months using centuries-old traditions, has a nutritional profile so remarkable it amazes even nutrition experts. Just 1 ounce packs 10 grams of high-quality protein. What's special is that the proteins are pre-digested during the aging process, broken down into peptides so fine that even people with sensitive stomachs can handle them with ease. Its calcium content is outstanding, around 330 milligrams per ounce, more than a full glass of milk. And thanks to the perfect balance of phosphorus and magnesium, this calcium is almost 100% bioavailable. In contrast, most calcium supplements are absorbed at only about 30%. Parmigiano Reggiano is also a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids in optimal ratios, making it a worthy rival to lean meats. It contains special compounds called casomorphins, which can help reduce anxiety and promote better sleep, as well as tyrosine, an amino acid essential for producing dopamine and norepinephrine, brain chemicals that keep you alert, focused, and mentally sharp. Naturally lactose-free after its long maturation, this cheese also harbors beneficial bacteria that survive digestion and help colonize your gut with healthy microbes. To enjoy it the traditional way, Italians break it into small, crumbly chunks instead of grating it, which preserves its crystalline structure. A 1 ounce portion after a meal not only aids digestion, but also gives a perfect protein boost. For an extra health kick, pair it with a few drops of aged balsamic vinegar. This enhances mineral absorption and complements its flavor beautifully. Number 2, grass-fed raw cheddar. The word raw may raise eyebrows, but when cheddar is made from grass-fed raw milk and aged for at least 60 days, as required by law in many countries, it becomes one of the most nutrient-dense cheeses on the planet. During this aging period, any harmful bacteria are eliminated, but the beneficial enzymes and probiotics remain intact. These enzymes, which are destroyed by pasteurization, make the cheese easier to digest and its nutrients more absorbable. Grass-fed raw cheddar contains up to 500% more CLA than regular cheddar, plus significantly higher omega-3 fatty acids, creating a potent anti-inflammatory effect that protects your body at the cellular level. Vitamin-wise, it's a powerhouse, rich in vitamin A in the highly absorbable retinol form, vitamin D for bone and immune health, and vitamin K2, MK4, the most effective form for preventing calcium from clogging your arteries. Add in vitamin E and beta-carotene for antioxidant defense, and you have a cheese that reads like a natural supplement label. What really makes raw cheddar stand out is its probiotic content. It contains dozens of beneficial bacteria strains that promote digestion, enhance immune function, and even improve mood through the gut-brain axis. These probiotics also produce butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that nourishes your colon cells and reduces inflammation throughout the body. To preserve these benefits, never heat raw cheddar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit. This destroys its enzymes and probiotics. Instead, let it come to room temperature for 20 to 30 minutes before eating. Pair with fermented vegetables like sauerkraut or pickles for a probiotic 1-2 punch. A serving of 1.5 to 2 ounces delivers maximum benefits without overloading on saturated fat. Number 1. Authentic Swiss Gruyere. Topping the list is genuine Swiss Gruyere, arguably the most well-rounded cheese for health, nutrition, and digestibility. True Gruyere is made from raw milk, sourced from cows grazing in pristine, alpine meadows. This traditional process creates a unique nutritional profile so exceptional that scientists are still discovering new benefits. The propionibacterium used in making Gruyere produces propionic acid during fermentation, a compound proven to lower inflammation, reduce cholesterol, and help prevent certain cancers. These same bacteria form the cheese's signature eyes, holes, and produce vitamin B12 in amounts that rival or exceed almost any other food. Gruyere also ranks highest in glutathione precursors, key compounds your body uses to make glutathione, the master antioxidant that supports detoxification, immune strength, and cellular protection. Our natural glutathione production declines with age, but Gruyere's unique amino acid profile, especially rich in cysteine and glycine, helps restore it. It's also loaded with phosphorus, zinc, and selenium, a trio of minerals essential for bone density, immune resilience, and thyroid function. Even better, the 12-month minimum aging process breaks its proteins into di- and tripeptides, pre-digested forms your body can absorb directly, giving you all the benefits without digestive strain. Swiss studies show that seniors who eat Gruyere regularly maintain more muscle mass than those relying on other protein sources. So there you have it, the 4 best cheeses for boosting health, longevity, and vitality after 60. Now, brace yourself as we head into the dark side of the cheese aisle. The 4 varieties you should avoid at all costs if you value your heart, your memory, and your future. Number 4, processed cheese slices. Those individually wrapped cheese slices might be convenient, but they are about as far from real cheese as you can get while still legally being called a dairy product. In reality, most processed slices contain less than 50% actual cheese, with the rest made up of a troubling cocktail of emulsifiers, preservatives, artificial coloring, and sodium-based additives that can quietly harm your health over time. Just 2 slices can deliver over 600 milligrams of sodium, more than a quarter of your recommended daily limit, and not in the form of regular salt, but sodium phosphates. Research shows that sodium phosphate is significantly more harmful than typical table salt, being linked to accelerated aging, kidney damage, and a heightened risk of cardiovascular disease. The emulsifiers used, such as polysorbate 80 and carboxymethyl cellulose, are known to disrupt the gut microbiome and increase intestinal permeability, a condition often referred to as leaky gut. This, in turn, can spark widespread inflammation that may contribute to autoimmune conditions, digestive disorders, and even mood disturbances. Artificial coloring agents like yellow number 5 and yellow number 6, commonly found in these slices, have been associated with allergic reactions, hyperactivity in children, and potential carcinogenic effects. The preservatives that extend their unnaturally long shelf life, including sorbic acid and natamycin, can build up in the body and interfere with the growth of beneficial gut bacteria. Even the calcium and protein content these products boast about are misleading. The forms present in processed slices are often poorly absorbed because the intense heat and chemical treatments used during manufacturing destroy beneficial enzymes and alter protein structure. This makes the nutrients less usable by your body, and don't be fooled by 0G trans fat labels. Processed cheese slices still contain trans fats, but in amounts under 0.5 g per serving, which regulations allow manufacturers to round down to 0. Over time, these hidden trans fats contribute to increased inflammation, higher LDL, bad cholesterol, and a greater risk of metabolic syndrome. Number 3, cheese spreads in jars. Shelf-stable cheese spreads that can sit unrefrigerated for months should set off instant warning bells. These products are cheese in name only, often containing more modified food starch, low-quality oils, and chemical additives than actual dairy. The extreme processing required to make them soft, spreadable, and long-lasting obliterates any natural nutritional value while introducing a lineup of potentially harmful ingredients. Many cheese spreads still use partially hydrogenated oils, a primary source of artificial trans fats, which are so dangerous to heart health that they've been banned in many countries. Even versions labeled trans fat free often contain intrasterified fats, which emerging research suggests may be just as harmful to metabolism and cardiovascular function. The sodium levels are staggering, often over 500 milligrams per just 2 teaspoons, and most people easily use far more in one serving. This salt overload comes not just from sodium chloride, but from a combination of sodium-based preservatives and flavor enhancers that can lead to fluid retention, high blood pressure, and kidney stress. Many cheese spreads also contain MSG or hidden glutamate compounds under names like natural flavoring or yeast extract. For sensitive individuals, these can trigger headaches, heart palpitations, and other neurological symptoms. The artificial coloring and flavoring agents used to mimic real cheese have been linked to allergic responses and potential neurotoxic effects. Perhaps most concerning is the risk from phthalates, hormone-disrupting chemicals that can leach from plastic packaging into the product. Studies have linked phthalate exposure to reproductive problems, metabolic disorders, and certain cancers. The combination of unhealthy fats, excessive sodium, chemical additives, and possible endocrine disruptors makes cheese spreads a toxic cocktail. Consuming them regularly offers zero meaningful nutritional benefits while significantly increasing the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Number 2, pre-shredded cheese in bags. This one might surprise you. Pre-shredded cheese is among the worst cheese choices you can make, and it's not about convenience being lazy. The problem lies in what's added to keep the shreds from sticking together. Anti-caking agents like cellulose, often derived from wood pulp or potato starch, can make up to 4% of the product's weight. While cellulose isn't inherently toxic, it is completely indigestible and can cause digestive discomfort, particularly for people with IBS or other gut sensitivities. Worse, these coatings interfere with proper melting and can even block nutrient absorption. Many pre-shredded cheeses are also treated with natamycin, an antifungal agent to prevent mold. While considered safe in small amounts, natamycin is actually an antibiotic, and with regular consumption, it can disrupt the delicate balance of your gut microbiome. Another concern is quality. The cheese used in bagged shreds is often from lower-grade milk, which may have higher residues of hormones and antibiotics. Plus, the increased surface area from shredding accelerates oxidation, which degrades nutrients and can create harmful compounds. Pre-shredded cheese also tends to have higher histamine levels due to extended processing and storage. Histamines can trigger headaches, skin reactions, digestive issues, and anxiety in sensitive individuals. The production process also creates more opportunities for contamination. There have been multiple recalls of bagged shredded cheeses due to listeria and E. coli outbreaks. Between the reduced nutrition, added chemicals, higher contamination risk, and inferior taste and melting performance, pre-shredded cheese is essentially an overpriced, lower-quality version of something you could buy fresh in block form. Number 1, blue cheese. Blue cheese gets its bold taste and marbled appearance from Penicillium roqueforti, a mold intentionally introduced during production. While generally safe for most people in moderation, blue cheese poses a host of potential problems, especially for older adults and those with certain health conditions. It contains extremely high levels of tyramine, a compound that can cause severe migraines and sudden spikes in blood pressure in sensitive individuals. For those taking MAO inhibitor medications for depression or Parkinson's disease, consuming blue cheese can trigger a hypertensive crisis, which is a medical emergency. The mold also produces mycotoxins. While levels in blue cheese are typically considered safe for occasional consumption, frequent intake may lead to accumulation in the body, potentially contributing to health issues. Some people are unknowingly sensitive to these mold compounds, experiencing symptoms like chronic fatigue, joint pain, digestive disturbances, and brain fog without realizing the cause. Blue cheese is also one of the most histamine-rich cheeses, containing up to 10 times more than other aged varieties. For people with histamine intolerance, this can trigger headaches, hives, anxiety, and sleep problems. Nutritionally, it's heavy on sodium, more than 400 milligrams per ounce, and high in palmitic acid, a form of saturated fat linked to inflammation and greater cardiovascular risk. Its calorie density is among the highest of any cheese, making it easy to overconsume. Perhaps most alarming is that blue cheese's intense flavor can mask signs of spoilage, increasing the risk of serious foodborne illness if eaten past its prime. When you combine its high tyramine load, mold-related compounds, inflammatory fats, excessive sodium, and mycotoxin potential, blue cheese becomes one of the riskiest cheese options, offering far fewer benefits than other varieties, with significantly more downsides. So there you have it, 4 cheeses that can help you live longer, stay stronger, and protect your heart and mind, and 4 that could quietly undermine your health from within. If you're over 60, choosing wisely at the cheese counter could mean the difference between enjoying a vibrant, independent life and facing avoidable health complications. The evidence is clear. Now it's in your hands. Tell us in the comments, what's the one cheese you could never give up, even after hearing the facts? Have you noticed changes in your health, for better or worse, after eating a particular cheese? Share your stories below. We read and reply to every comment.